What's going on, y'all? This Dougie On The Beat. Right now, you rocking with hip hop since 1987.
Shout my hip hop since 1987, niggas. Hip hop since 1987.com.
I'm Alanna Milan with Hip Hop since 1987, and I want to get this interview in the works. So congratulations on getting signed to Dream Chaser.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How are you feeling about that? That's a milestone.
I'm feeling good. I'm just ready to work harder than ever from it.
How did you get that deal?
I just was grinding. I was hustling, running into a couple of people. Like, I was in the studio one day, and Tiffy from Do For Self, he had made a call to Meek while I was playing beats. I had him on FaceTime. It was like, Young got some fire. Like, I hear you want it. That's how it went. He was saying he heard Meek on the FaceTime. And he was like, yeah, tell him to send me some beats. He sent them the email. And then from there, we just was connecting.
And when did you sign? Like, when exactly did it happen?
I signed like after, probably like a year after I did the records for him. Because, I did three tracks on his album. And then they reached out and was like, yeah, we ready to, we want to work with you. We want to sign with you.
On Wins and Losses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how does that feel? Like, I know you from Philly. So how does it feel to, have your name attached to somebody coming from greatness out of such a hard city to get out of? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It felt good. I felt like the hard work paid off because, I endured a lot to get where I had to be at.
Right. What part of the city are you from?
Nice town.
I'm from Uptown.
You from Uptown?
Yeah. So who do you like in the city, like in terms of like younger artists, producers? Who you got your eye on?
As far as artists, I like it's a guy named Drizzy P. I like him. He nice. I like Leaf Ward. I like Core. I like who else? Because I don't want to leave no names out because there's a lot of artists and there's a lot of them I really rock with. I rock with all the up and coming artists. I like Diamond Street King.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's an up and coming that's out. Zig, ZM5. I like them.
I mean, I always be talking to people, and I feel like I'm gonna put my money on Philly rappers anytime.
Yeah, because they definitely setting a lot of trends. Like they did a wave.
Right.
Grader, like all of them. Like I like them.
And it's crazy because at some point in time, I'm pretty sure you started off rapping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then it's transitioning into production, but like at one point in time, you were an upcoming artist. And just tell me more about that. Like, tell me more about the beginning of your artistry, where it began. Explain making your first beat, all of that. Like,
I was young. I was real young, and my dad was in the music. He used to be in the management, so he just always had me around it. So it just like rubbed off on me. Yeah. And I was around probably 13 or 14. My uncle had this program called Music Development for the Youth, and I had went there, and I saw the process. Like, this is when I still wanted to be a rapper, and I seen the process how everything was going. I just was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I made my first beat that day. And that's what made me really want to take it all the way serious.
That's crazy. How old was you?
Like probably 13, 14, something like that.
How old are you now?
23.
Success is attainable, guys. I'm 22. So like it feels good to see, my peers actually like say they want to do stuff and take it that far. Like
you're definitely on your way.
Yeah, you're from the same city. Like it just feels really good. But being from the city, it's evident that you work with some of the greatest here. So who would you say your personal top 5 artists are, like, that you've worked with? So
I work with,
I'm saying, like, who has been your favorite 5 that you've worked with in the city?
All right, like on the up and coming or just anybody?
Anybody. That's a deal.
Of course, Meek, Core, Mamba Cinco, Broad Grader, and Leaf Ward.
Okay. And like, what about your personal like artists that you worked with outside of the city? So like I know you worked with G Herbo, example.
Oh yeah. G Herbo. Who else I worked with recently?
And it's up and coming or mainstream, it don't matter, same thing.
Oh yeah, my favorite artist I work with outside the city is Herb, Dirt, and who else? And I can't even think right now. Ross, uh, Fabio. I'm mad at singing this
Yeah.
lost. All right, but it's gonna get edited and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start over my top five: Herb, Dirt, Fabio,
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross, and I don't know why I can't think right now. Like, I really can't
Cool,
think.
'cause you got a crazy discography. Like it's cool.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of who.
But explain that transition though, because like you went from that underground level into working with people like this. Like how did that feel? How did it come about and how did you know it was happening?
It just was like it was crazy because like it was like just 1 minute I working with all underground artists. Meek was the first mainstream artist that I worked with. So when I did that, it's like other stuff started like falling in place for me.
And
So
you mentioned Tiffy earlier, Tiffy Fat. Didn't he manage you?
no, we got our own like situation going on. Whereas though, you know, we hustling together and we get some money together like that.
Get money, period.
That's how I move with a lot of people. Like even I'm running into a lot of people in the industry like that. Whereas though that's how you make plays. I feel like as a producer, you reach out to certain people, y'all make connections. Like yo, get this done for me. I'll break you off this. That's how you work. Like and get further. You feel me? Like there's people that can make stuff happen for you. Like the music is one thing, but the business side, getting stuff done, that's a different side right there.
I feel you. And you produced 1942 Flows, and this is crazy, right, y'all? That shit hit 100 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, that was crazy right there.
And then that shit go platinum.
Yeah.
Dougie, how like you stand? Like how do that feel? Like
Like it just felt crazy because when it went platinum, I didn't even know it went platinum. Somebody wrote under my comments on Instagram, it was like, 1942 went platinum. I thought they was lying. But then when I checked on the website, I'm like, yeah, that shit really went platinum.
that's really crazy. Like how do it feel to know that your music is being heard by millions of people?
I mean, it feel good. I'm ready to do it again. The same thing that I did before, I'm gonna do it again, like and again and again.
I mean, you unlocked the code now, so if you did it one time, you could definitely do it.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Because platinum is crazy, and I'm pretty sure you produce issues, right?
Yeah.
So they went gold.
Mhm.
So they went gold. So that's crazy. Like you stink, man. That's crazy. Has anyone
Yeah.
ever stolen like because you are stamped, right? Because your work is actually really good. You know, people like to imitate. Like, have you ever experienced somebody stealing a beat from you and like not giving you permission? I mean, not
Yeah,
getting.
they do it all the time. Like that's why I stopped really posting little snippets of them on the gram. They hear me like doing it. I done heard it so many times that people make the same as that beat I made, or like try to duplicate it. It don't never sound exactly like that. Cause what I do to it, I put my own sauce and like nobody can do. But I definitely hear something that I did, people do it over. And I don't get mad because it's like I don't stay stagnant on one sound. So it's like, all right, you can add that sound. That sound old. A lot of people got that old sound that me and Cora built up. And that 1942 flows, they take that pattern and be using it a lot. But it's like, I just look at it like I'm influencing and helping a lot of people,
Yeah, I
get
was
different.
because you're an influencer. Like people are influenced by you. And in that same token, who are you influenced by? Who are your greatest influences?
I'm influenced by Boy Wonder, Cardiac, Just Blaze, Kanye.
All these legends.
Yeah, like I really like Boy Wonder. That's the one I really, cause his mindset kind of like mine for his protection. He keep evolving his sound. He don't stay like you. That's where I'm trying to head basically. Like I'm gonna to the point like you don't even know that I made the beat until you heard it said. Like that's my level I'm trying to get on with it.
But have you watched those like Instagram battles between the producers and the songwriters?
I've watched every last one of them.
Have you thought about
going
on with somebody?
Maybe one day, but not yet though. I feel like with my mind at right now, I'm focused on trying to
build your
build it up more to the point that I go with somebody. It's like, dang, you like this. I don't want to play like only like 10 songs or something like that. Then it's like that's it.
Right, I feel you. And who are like give me like three people that you would want to work with in the industry?
I want to work with Ty Dolla $ign.
You fucking hot.
I want to work, yeah, he's fire, he's different. I want to work with Drake, and I want to work with. I work with the Kid Leroy. I want to work with him, like put him to #1, the Kid Leroy.
I mean, that's all attainable. Shit, look what you're doing right now. You're 23. So you got that. You got that in the bag. But when you in the studio, when you getting work done, what are like some essential things you need to do your best work?
Look for I just need. I don't really do no drugs. Like so, all I need is my computer, my headphones, and just a good vibe in the air. Like, long as the vibe good, I'm straight.
You smoke weed?
Nah.
How is that though? Like you be around rap, like that's a thing in rap. Like that's just a thing,
Yeah, I'm not like I don't smoke weed. Like I did it before, and if I'm in the moment, I might do it. Like just because I don't want to seem rude. If I'm turning it down or something like that, I might do it. But for the most part, I'll be chilling. Like when they start doing that, I'll just be like not even around where they passing it around at.
Right. That's funny as shit. Cause it's just crazy. Like I know niggas be fried and you just be chilling doing your work. Like
I be chilling. I be laid back anyway, so people probably think I'm fried anyway. Like anybody that don't know what's going on.
But like in that same token, like do you feel like I know a lot of people tell me like when they go in the studio, things they need. A lot of people need silence or like personal space, whatever the case is. Like, so do you have? Do you feel like changing your environment makes you work better?
Changing my environment give me motivation because when I'm in the studio listening to stuff, I could be like, all right, when I get home, I could do this, or I could do that. Because there be times when a beat will sound real good when I make it at home, as far as mixing wise, but in the studio, it don't sound as good. Then I'm like, all right, I know I got to work on this. I got to work on making it cleaner.
Right. And motherfuckers like to pay for quality. Like, that's how you get your bag. So. Yeah. Speaking of, how much money have you ever made from a beat?
The most?
I want some, give us some tea because I feel like a lot of the times it's more about the artist and not about what goes into that. You're a big part of that. You feel me? So,
like the most I got off a beat is like recently I did a track on Cash Doll album and it was 15 grand. That's the highest I got for a beat. And that was before I went platinum and all that. So
y'all hear that shit? Dougie On The Beat, period. No, as a producer though, like what advice can you give up and coming producers, in a business that is so financially shady? Because like I know them fat checks and placements is cool, but like, this industry is like it got a lot of sharks in the water. So what tips
if you from the streets, you'll catch everything earlier. Like I don't think I ever really went through no shady business whereas though people like I think the worst thing I ever went through was somebody reach out like, yo, we want this beat and then stop and then they won't go through with it and then I gotta pay a lawyer fee out my pocket, like little stuff like that. But when you on top of it, you like, no, I need this, I need that. You got your lawyers, you got your business involved. when you got your business in order, you're straight.
Mm-hmm.
Like they get over on people that they can get over on. You
Sure.
just gotta be able to see it. Like, and where I'm from, I seen a lot of crazy stuff, so I'd be able to see like, oh yeah, he think this.
You know how
Nah,
to read people, exactly. Yeah.
huh?
Like I said, you probably know how to read people. You know when something off, but that's the perk of being from the city. Like,
Yeah, and then I got people in my corner, like my dad. I'll call my dad if I don't really know something. I'll be like, hey, what's going on with this? I'll call, Tiffy and them, like, yo, what's up with this? They can spot that type of stuff too. And then it'll just be like, I always consult with somebody before I make a decision. Like, even if I know what I'm going to do already, because they might give me a different outlook on it.
So, what has been the greatest moment in your career thus far?
The greatest moment?
Yeah.
Probably going platinum. That's probably the greatest moment so far.
I knew you was gonna say that because that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a crazy milestone, like to get to that point, because a lot of people can't say that, especially coming from the type of environment I was raised up in.
And like aside from being a producer, do you have any other, hobbies or any other endeavors like business endeavors that you're into?
I got my own company of producers I'm working on right now, and yeah, I'm looking into doing other stuff. I'm just looking into it right now, reading up on it and learning. And
Do you have a name?
yeah, it's great. It's DOTB, but it stands for Dream Outside the Box.
Okay. Dougie on the beat, but dream outside the box.
So you can use it both ways.
How did you get your name?
Huh?
How did you get your name?
I was in a car with my man one day, my man Leslie. I was in the car with him, and he just was like, yo, you know what DOTB can stand for? Because I was thinking about a company name, but I just didn't know. He's like, it could be Dream Outside the Box. And I just took that and ran with it.
That's a good drawing, though. I'm real shit.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have anything? What would you about to say?
And I was about to say, like, and that's good for my merch and stuff like that, too, because, some people would be like, yeah, I don't want to wear nothing that say Dougie on the beat because that's somebody's name. As far as guys, girls don't care. But if it stands for something else that they could feel like it's more, like, marketable.
Right. Do you have any, give me 3 tips for upcoming producers?
3 tips. Collaborate. That's a big key. A lot of people, you can get a lot of stuff done just collaborating. Stay consistent. Believe in yourself.
3. What's the third
Um, that was 3, but I'll give another one.
Oh wait, you said stay
Network.
and believe in yourself. Okay.
I said collaborate, stay consistent, and believe in yourself.
And network. But now we're gonna put network and collaboration because you got a network. So
Definitely.
that's one thing that everybody will always say, like, it's all about who you know. And I didn't get that for a while.
That's real right though. Relationships can get you real far.
Right. Like, it's about money, but relationships build money. Simple.
And I ain't never had to use no money to get where I'm at. It's always about relationships, like who you know.
Dang.
Like,
do you have anything that we can be expecting to come soon?
I got new music with Meek, of course. Like, we got some fire coming. I got a crazy record with Fabio. I just started working with Sim Santana today.
That's lit.
Yeah, I'm just working. I'm working with whoever fire who want to up and coming. I'm working with me and G. Her, we got a whole bunch of stuff. Just locked in working.
Speaking of her, you produced Feelings on PTSD.
Mhm.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, I know everybody love that song.
No, that shit really crazy. Like how your brain work. How you even come up with that shit?
Somebody DM me. One of them fan pages DM me and was like, "You should sample Still Feel Me." And the crazy thing is, before that, that's one of my favorite songs, and I always be listening to it. So I'm like, all right, let me try it. I did it. Then I sent it to her. I'm like, yo, you gotta run this joint. After that,
And he ran it.
yeah, he ran it.
For
He did
sure.
it like last summer. Then he dropped it.
You said last summer?
That's when he did it. He did it last summer.
Yeah, I'm happy he ain't hold on to that. That shit hot.
Yeah, I told him, I'm like, yeah, this joint crazy. Like, this is gonna be one of them joints when it dropped. And sure enough, it went up. Jadakiss was feeling it. We ran into him out Atlanta. We was on a tour. We was pulling up to the club, and then we seen Jadakiss, and he just like, man, thank you, man. You ran that, like giving him like praising him for that.
Yeah.
So that was good right there too. That was a crazy moment.
Well, y'all hear all of Dougie's crazy moments. He up like 23, and he's the only one to go further. So make sure you keep in contact, stay up to date. Tell them where they can follow you.
They can follow me on everything at Dougie OTB.
And follow us at hiphopsince1987.com. Stay tuned for this interview. Thank you, Dougie.
All right, thank you.